Skittles and all that crap, you know? Yeah, Skittles, yeah. Reese's peanut butter cups, all that crap, yeah. I know, man.
I know about the peanut butter.
Yeah. I was like a girl that just had a bad breakup with the peanut butter cups, man. Like, I had them like underneath the bed, you know what I mean? Like sneaking them around. But yeah, so you know, when I was playing ball, it was one of those things where I realized, okay, I'm just gonna make the best of this situation because I knew that obviously I was too short and didn't have the skill set to play at the next level. But I knew that earning the degrees was important. But after playing my last game in college in March of 2002, after the buzzer sounded, I realized two things. All right, one, I have a full year left of college to get these 2 degrees, and then two, what the hell am I going to do with all this time I'm going to have on my hands? Because the majority of my life was surrounded about playing a sport. So, you know, I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I can play, you know, in one of these, try to get on a D-League team, because that was in the NBA. That's when they start having a developmental league. But I also realized that I can't play in that because I'm still trying to graduate. Thank you. So I was kind of stuck, right? So I started going to the gym because I realized, man, I'm 5'9". At the time I weighed 175 pounds. You know, I was pretty strong for my size, but I knew playing at any other level, I needed to be stronger. So that's when I started lifting, and came to find out, wow, like I was always lifting in college, but now this was more functional lifting because I found some bodybuilder guys. I'm just checking these guys out, and they're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. I'm just staring at them. This guy's like, what are you looking at, man? I go, man, you're freaking huge, dude. Like, how do you get like that? And he's like, you know what? Aren't you in one of my classes? I go, yeah, we're in the same, we're in the Java scripting class, the programming class. And I said, yeah, you're the guy that stinks up the room with all these tuna fish sandwiches and stuff. He's like, yeah, it's like I'm trying to get all this protein in, this and that. I said, well, I need to learn about this, man, because obviously you're able to transform your physique into something awesome. So I right around, I want to say October, I purchased a 2.1 megapixel camera. We're dating ourselves now, right? So get that on a pen now, probably, let alone a phone. So I was able to buy that camera, and the reason being was because I wanted to track my progress. So I waited, I was still living with the basketball squad. And I laughed because I'm thinking, all right, I get this camera, and I sit it down, and I set the timer. So I take the shirt off, and I still got sweatpants on, and I'm thinking, all right, I got to pose, right? Well, I ain't never posed a day in my life, so I'm thinking, well, all right, so what do you do? I'm thinking, oh man, I'll do some JCPenney catalog poses. We would now call those selfies, you know? So I guess I took my first selfie in October 8th, 2002. Then I started realizing, man, I need to actually print these pictures out and try to envision what are my strengths and weaknesses. And that took a lot of critical thought, because I realized, okay, I can see where I'm missing some body parts, but how the hell am I going to get there? So I really had to start reading up on a lot of stuff, and then I realized, wow, this is not as easy as what it may seem. And in life, I started realizing that just because I show up to the gym doesn't mean that I'm going to get big muscles. It required a lot of hard work and dedication, and that's easier, said than done, right? A lot of people want to be great at something, but they have to realize that it's the time put in day and day out, and it's the consistency at a certain level. See, I realized right then and there, I can't just have, we've all had personal bests in the gym, or personal bests out there in the field, running and this and that. But the good go to great to elite are the guys that can stay at that level for a longer period of time. So that's when I started getting really excited, because that was a personal challenge of mine every single day. And that's when I realized also that bodybuilding was just one of the greatest avenues for me, because it was a personal battle, it was a personal journey. It didn't matter if I was having a good day or a bad day, I still had some objectives, and I had to meet those objectives with really no fear. In life I realized that we all go through ups and downs, and that's why it's called life, really. And I kind of look at life now as a leg day. because people laugh because you know how hard leg day is, right? It's what we dread. But at the same time, we get on the squat rack, we do the leg presses, we do the extensions and all this other stuff. Sometimes you're ready to die out there, but you realize what you're dying for. And for me, I realized that, wow, like sometimes I make life bigger than what it is. It's just like how you make these squats bigger than what it is, right? I always realized after leg day that, wow, I didn't puke, and I can actually get up and do this again. Throughout life, we cross the finish line, and we've all ran, long distances, and you feel like you're hurting and you can't make it. But it seems funny to me when you cross that finish line within 5 minutes, it doesn't hurt as much anymore. You actually are able to gather yourself. And for me, what it taught me was that I can get up the next day and want to achieve this again. And it's just that personal battle every single day for me. So that yielded a lot of success for me in bodybuilding. I won the Mr. USA on my first try in 2005. Was able to get sponsored by Weider Health and Fitness. I was able to obviously meet Joe Weider, meet Schwarzenegger, meet all these amazing people. I was basically getting paid to lift, and I thought that was pretty badass. I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. This beats, writing scripting languages or working at a gym, which I was currently doing at the time. But right after that, I started winning some bodybuilding shows and traveling the world, and obviously come 2010, I was able to do the Mr. Olympia and got second. After that next year, I realized that there's no other way but to go up, and how am I going to get there? I had to really try to break things down and understand that I wanted to do really just 3 things. And I wanted to train hard, wanted to train smart, and obviously have fun. Obviously, we always say train hard, you got to work your butt off, you got to do this and that. But how smart are we doing this? How smart are we actually making our time efficient? Are we training with purpose, or are we just going through the motions? You talked about some things out for you earlier about just what you guys do, and I recognize the fact that you guys have to have a huge method to your madness. Everything you do has to have purpose. Otherwise, it could be life or death. For me, obviously, it's not life or death, but at the same time, I have to have purpose out there. Otherwise, I will not achieve greatness. There's no way in hell possible that I can put myself in the best position to win if I don't have a certain mindset. That's not saying that there isn't humility involved. Obviously, there is, but at the same time, you have to realize when you wake up in the morning, and this is what I used to do after I got second at the Olympia. I was like, you know what? I ain't losing ever again. I'm gonna wake up every day, and what is the first thing you usually do? You go to the restroom, and then you wash your hands, start going through your routine. So you wash your face, and whether you're having a good day or bad day, you kind of stare at yourself in the mirror. And some days you don't really do that. Some days if you went out partying or something, you do that. You're like, damn, I look like crap, But other days, like, man, I feel good. For me, I was washing my face and I was staring at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, you're a bad dude, or I say you're a bad MFer, you're gonna kick the world's ass. But you have to do it. You can't punk out, right? So I'm telling myself this, and as I'm even telling you guys the story, it's just like I'm visualizing it because I realized that although at first it kind of sounded weird, I made it a reality that my hard work and dedication has to start with me. I have to believe in myself in order to be able to do anything. I can't, it's like I do these talks all the time, and I try to get my point across like this. No one can care about your success more than you. No one. So it's like when you're a kid, your parents cared about, you go to class, you being a good person, being a good athlete, whatever it is. And you got tired of hearing it. Well, essentially, the whole point is for them to teach you that you have to care about your success more than anyone else. So like while you guys are here, no one can care about your life more than you. You have to care about everything that you do more than anybody else. Everything you do has to have purpose. Everything you do has to mean something. You just can't go through the motions. You have an expiration date that you are unaware of. Time is infinite, but yet we're all gonna die. So while you're here, do something substantial, do something worth doing, and really have fun with it.